class tonight, let me tell you about it. First of all, you are going to want a block, just one. If you don't have a block, get a paperback book. I have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is not for like support, like we're not half mooning on this block. It's for something fun at the end of class. And by fun, I mean like it'll be fun and giggly, not fun like hee hee hee, yoga teacher, this will be fun. Like it's gonna be funny. So if you don't have a block, grab a paperback book, okay? Run and grab one of those right now. While you're running and grabbing, we are also gonna do frog today, so we'll be on our knees for a little bit. So grab a blanket or something cushy and cozy, and we'll get started. So brief intro to the concept for class tonight. I've been doing a lot of online strength classes because the gym is closed. And I went to a class this week that was all about Turkish Get-Ups. Turkish Get-Ups are kind of a weightlifting move. So I yoga-fied it, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little different. So class tonight might be a little more lighthearted, but I could use that right now with the way this week has been, just to lighten your heart a little bit, lift your heart a little bit. I hope that maybe as we play and experiment at the end of class, that you get the chance to giggle. So we're gonna start on our backs, just flat on your back. Like we're gonna start in Shavasana, and then we'll ramp up from there and ramp right back down. So on your back, however feels good. If you wanna have the soles of your feet together, you can. Or like I said, you can just put yourself right into your version of Shavasana. So start to let your mind settle and rest. Be sure to give yourself permission here to do that, to let your mind rest. Give yourself that permission for this time and space. Everything that's going on around you will be there waiting for you when class is done. So slow your breath down. Slow your thoughts down. Notice your breath as you inhale, that it's a little bit cold. That air has a chill to it. And as you exhale, once that breath passes through your system, it's warmed up. Let your breath slow down. Let your thoughts slow down. Our thought for class today, I couldn't find the origin source, but the beauty isn't taken away. Do not fast forward into something you're not ready for, or allow yourself to shrink back into what's comfortable. Growth lives in the uneasiness, the in-between, the unfinished sentence. You are a season of becoming. I'm going to share that one more time. Do not fast forward into something you're not ready for, or allow yourself to shrink back into what's comfortable. Growth lives in the uneasiness, the in-between, the unfinished sentence. You are a season of becoming. Keep that in mind tonight, that there's growth in the uneasiness. So if you find yourself feeling uneasiness, either on your mat tonight or off your mat tomorrow or this week, remind yourself that that's where growth lives. In that discomfort and in that uneasiness. If you're flat on your back, start to draw the soles of your feet together. So now your knees are wide. Now we are in Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your knees fall open. We don't have a ton of hip stuff today. So we'll spend a minute here and we'll get some frog at the end, but it's not a particularly hip opening kind of class. So let your legs feel heavy if it feels okay. You can prop up with blocks or with that paperback book. Otherwise, just let your muscles relax. Draw your arms up and overhead, setting the backs of your hands on the floor above your head. We're going to draw our elbows down to our rib cage and make a W shape. So pull your arms all the way down towards your rib cage until they're in a nice W. So your elbows aren't quite at your sides, at your ribs. They're just headed there. Now we're going to go right back up to where we started, but the key here is you want to do your best to maintain 3 points of contact. Keep the backs of your hands and your elbows and your shoulders all on the ground. So slide your arms up and overhead, keeping your backs of your hands and your elbows and your shoulders all on the ground as straight as you can go. I can't get mine quite straight before my elbows start to lift. So stop when one of those points of contact lifts off the ground. Tuck in your floating ribs, engage your core so you're not bowing your back and losing that engagement. And then draw your elbows back down to that W shape. Elbows come down to about even with your lower ribs. And then send it right back up, maintaining those 3 points of contact. This doesn't look like much from an observer's standpoint, but you really start to feel it if you're pushing your limit, particularly at the top. Keeping those joints on the ground, engaging your core. So continue to move back and forth through this W shape and then up and overhead. And back down, just another couple passes. You probably can't hear it on your end, but I know I'm maintaining contact because I can hear all my jewelry scraping against the ground all the way. And once you get those arms back up to the top, release them, shake it out a little, draw your hands back down alongside your body. Plant your feet on the floor, knees pointing up at the ceiling. Leave your hands down alongside your body, palms face down. Rock your pelvis under so the flat of your back, your low back, is nice and flat on the ground. Press your hips high. Stay here in a bridge. For now, keep your arms on the floor instead of rolling your shoulders under. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your pelvis high. Breath in. And as you exhale, roll down. Let the small of your back be the very last thing to hit the ground before you release and the small lifts up off the ground. Rock your pelvis under, reconnect, and press into your feet. Lift your hips high, squeeze your glutes. Take a breath in, breath out, roll back down. Let the small of your back touch, and then lift as your pelvis rocks forward. Last time. Flatten the small of your back, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Stay for a big breath in, and breath out, roll down. Slowly, slowly. Draw your knees into your chest, rock and roll a couple times forward and backward. Good, 2 or 3 times. Give yourself the chance to play a little bit. And come to perch on your tailbone in boat. Check yourself out here. Toes are up at your eyeball height. Your knees can be squeezing together or just a little gap. You can extend your arms out, keeping your chest open and lifted across your collarbones. Breathe. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Breath in and out. Last breath in and breath out. Cross your ankles, roll over onto your hands and knees in tabletop. Set yourself up in a nice strong tabletop. Shoulders over wrists. hips over knees. Inhale as you drop your belly, reach the crown of your head up towards the earth. Breath in, cow. And breath out, cat. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Breathe in, cow. And breathe out, cat. Breath in. And breath out. Continue to move through these on your own breath. And then start to add in whatever you need. Side to side, twisting around. Really feel out how your body's doing. Do you have any areas of tension? Anything that you need to work on or pay attention to? Continue to move through that on your own breath. And press your hips back all the way into child's pose. Let your head rest forehead rest heavy onto the ground. From child's pose, take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. Pick yourself back up to tabletop. Take your right foot, lift it up, step it forward in between your two hands. So you're just in a regular low lunge here. Right knee is right over the right ankle. Lift yourself up. Start with your arms up and overhead, biceps next to your ears, pressing forward just enough to feel it stretching through the front of that left hip here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, take your left hand, slide it down your left thigh, maybe kickstand your left foot back ever so slightly, reaching all the way down so your hand plants just an inch or two, maybe 3 away from your left knee. Your right hand is reaching right up at the ceiling. Gaze at your right fingertips. Breath in and out. Now press right back up to kneeling high. Again, slide your left hand down your left thigh, plant your left hand, gaze up at your right hand, and press up high. And again, slide your left hand down, left hand plants, gaze up at your right hand, and press up high. One more time, slide your left hand down, plant your left hand, gaze up, and press up high. Kickstand that left foot back a little further, maybe heel toe your right foot a little bit forward, arms reach out. So now we're in a kneeling warrior 2. Just to feel into that right hip a little bit, gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Windmill your hands down around that right foot. Swing your right foot back to meet your left. Wiggle and adjust. Now pick up your left foot, step it in between your hands. Start with your biceps right over your ears, pressing forward just slightly to feel it at the front of your right hip. Kickstand your right leg just a little bit. Take your right hand, slide it down your right thigh. Plant your right hand just next to your right knee, gaze up at your left hand. Press into your right hand, reach your left hand up and lift right back up to kneeling. Again, left hand slides down, plants next to your knee, gaze up at your left hand, and press right back up. Again, roll that right hand down, plant next to your knee, and press right back up. One more time. Right hand slides down, plants, gaze up at your left hand, And press right back up higher. Kickstand your right foot back a little more. Heel toe your left foot open. Warrior two, kneeling. Gazing over your left fingertips. Breath in. Windmill down as you exhale. Left knee comes back to meet the right. You find yourself back in a tabletop position. Step both feet back, coming into high plank. Drop your right forearm down to the earth. Come onto the pinky edge of your right foot, finding a forearm plank on your right side. In your forearm plank today, check on your hips. Is your left hip stacked over your right, or are you tilted? So your left hip's behind your right, or maybe in front. Check in there and see how your hips feel. Mine have a tendency, the top hip, to slide back ever so slightly. So I've been working on keeping them one on top of the other. Breath in and breath out. Rotate other side. Left forearm's down, pinky edge of the left foot. Right arm is up, right hip stacked on top of the left. Pressing your hips high. Breath in and breath out. Right hand plants down, left hand plants down. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the night. Pedal your feet out. Twist a little. Tilt your hips from side to side. Maybe just come up on one toe and the other. Check in with whatever you need. Breath in. As you exhale, walk or tiptoe your feet all the way up to your hands. Forward fold, deep forward fold, grab opposite elbows. Maybe you give yourself a little swing back and forth. Maybe you interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck and use a gentle weight of your arms to draw your forehead just a little further down. Release your hands, gently roll up to standing. Inhale at the very top, lift your fingers all the way up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, bring your hands to your shins, find a halfway lift. Pause here for a minute. Find the weight on all four corners of your foot. Your shoulder blades sliding together and down your back. Your core is engaged. Breath in, breath out, forward fold. Inhale as you come back up to standing. Let your arms float up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up, adding on this time. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, hands plant. Step back to your high plank. Stay here for a breath in and out. Another full breath. Last breath in. Exhale, squeeze your elbows pointing to the back of the room, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, chest and shoulders up to this baby cobra and roll your spine back down. Forehead touches. Again like that. Inhale up. Exhale down, forehead touches. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale all the way back down. Touch your forehead. Tuck your toes and either press to high plank or press back through tabletop. We'll all meet together in downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Look to your hands. Make your way all the way up to your hands, your favorite way. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up. Exhale, hands to heart. Doing that again, but I'm changing up a tiny bit. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, plant your hands. Listen up, step back to high plank. Stay on your right hand, roll your heels back. Come into side plank on your right hand. For one breath in. And breath out, your left hand plants right down. Lower all the way to your belly or halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll stay here for another breath or two. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, make your way all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Just like that on the left side this time. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Plant your left hand, right arm lifts to your side plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale, your right hand comes back down, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale to either a cobra or an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, tiptoe, hop, step all the way up to the top. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll everything up. Arms float up, gaze goes up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're gonna do one more, but I'm gonna be quiet. Do it on your own breath. No side plank in the middle, just a regular old sun salutation. You can follow me up here if you get lost, or just do your own thing. We'll meet at the top of our mat standing. Breathe in. Pause for 3 breaths in down dog. Standing at the top of our mat, moving into our sequence, but we'll start with a sun salutation like we frequently do. So everybody inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back if you're ready to jump back, land in chaturanga. Lower down to your degree. Inhale to a back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Flex your foot, press your heel towards your crown molding, or your imaginary crown molding. Breath in. Breath out, press to high plank, shoulders over wrists. Bring your knee to your nose. Stay here for a breath in. Breath out, set your right shin down on your mat, your whole shin. I had to slide my left toes back ever so slightly. You're gonna lift your chest up. I call this shin crescent, and it's a lot trickier than it looks. If you're finding a hard time to find stability, walk your left foot out to the left a little bit. Breath in and out. And in and out. Drop your fingertips to the ground. Bring your left foot next to your right knee. Step your right foot next to your left and roll all the way up to standing. So you're standing kind of in the middle of your mat. Draw your hands to heart center, press your knees forward, bringing your butt down to your heels, trying to keep your butt over your heels, your knees pressing forward, so your thighs will start to light up slowly, slowly, slowly. As your butt settles all the way onto your heels, roll down all the way onto your back. Reach your arms overhead and your toes forward in this big good morning stretch. Now here's where our Turkish get-up comes in. Plant your left foot on the ground, knees pointing up at the sky, left hand up at the sky. This first time through, we'll go a little bit slowly like we usually do, but you'll get the hang of it quickly. Draw your right hand down alongside your body at a little bit of an angle away from your body. You're gonna take a big breath in, and as you exhale, press up onto your right forearm. Got it? Then you're gonna press up onto your right hand. Your left fingertips are still pointing up at the ceiling. They're gonna point up at the ceiling this whole time. Then you're going to press your hips high. So now you're almost like Wild Thing, but our left hand is pointed way up at the sky. Now you're gonna pick up your right knee and set it down on the ground behind your ankle. So this is where, just like we practiced in our warm-up, press up, so now you're kneeling, left arm is right up to the sky. If your toes aren't already tucked, tuck them. Press all the way up to standing, right foot steps next to left. Now we do the whole thing to go back down. Step back, your right knee drops to the ground. Your right hand slides down your leg. Plant your right hand next to your right knee. Little bit of a change here. Pick up your right foot, step it through, land on the outside edge of your right foot. Left foot stacks on top of right side plank. Breath in, breath out. Your left toe drops behind your knee. Lower your butt to the ground. Lower your right elbow to the ground. Lower your chest all the way to the ground. And we're right back where we started. Inhale, arms up, toes up, big good morning stretch. And then lift yourself up right into boat. Breath in, breath out, low boat. Breath in, breath out, release back to the ground. Step your right foot on the ground this time so your knees pointing right up at the sky. Use your fingertips or not. Sit all the way up. Plant your left hand next to your right foot. Pick up your left foot, step it back behind you. Right arm reaches up. We find ourselves in a crescent twist. We'll stay here for just a few breaths. Breath in, breath out. Your right hand circles down. Lift your chest up high, crescent. Breath in, breath out. Plant your hands. Step back to your high plank. Move through your vinyasa. Make your way all the way to downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, shift your shoulders over your wrist. Knee comes to your nose. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, your left shin drops to the ground. Inhale, chest up, shin crescent. Breath in. Last breath out. Breath in. Plant your hands. Step your right foot next to your left knee. Left foot steps next to your right foot. Roll all the way up to standing. Hands come to heart center. Start to press your knees forward. Keeping your butt lowering right over your heels. Press, 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 forward, 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 forward. Feel it in your quads. And the last second, roll all the way onto your back. Big good morning stretch. Here's our Turkish get-up again on the other side. Right knee points at the sky. Right fingertips point at the sky. Left hand is alongside your body with a little bit of space between your body and your hand. Take a big breath in. Now roll onto your left forearm. Roll onto your left hand. Press your hips high. Now pick up your left knee, set it on the ground beneath you. So now you're in this low lunge, hand planted, just like our warm up. Press to kneeling. Tuck your toe if it's not already. Squeeze your glutes, press to standing. Whole thing in reverse. Step your left foot back, kneeling back down. Slide your left hand down. Plant your left hand. Pick up your left foot, kick it forward, pinky edge of your left foot. Right foot steps on top of the left side plank. Breath in. Breath out. Your right foot steps behind your left. Lower your butt to the ground. Lower your forearm to the ground. Lower your body to the ground. We're right back where we started. Arms and leg reach forward. Breath in. And breath out. Pick up to boat. Breath in. Breath out. Low boat. Breath in. Breath out. Release. Step your left foot on the ground. Knee pointing to the sky. Use your hands if you need to, or not. Come all the way up to seated. Plant your right hand outside of your right thigh, even with your left foot. Press into that right hand. Step your right foot way back. Left arm reaches up. Crescent twist. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Let your left fingertips drop behind you. Lift your chest up, high crescent. One more breath in. Breath out, plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here, 3 breaths. Look to your hands. Make your way all the way up to your hands. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up, gaze goes up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're gonna do that again, twice more through. We aren't gonna move that much more quickly. Well, we won't pause in crescent or some of those postures, but we're not gonna fly through our Turkish get-up. We'll add a few little ideas in. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands, step back, lower down. Move all the way through your vinyasa. Come to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Set your shin down. Press through the ball of your left foot. Press through the top of your right shoelaces. Kneeling crescent, breath in. And breath out. Maybe you don't put your fingertips down as you step your left foot next to your right knee. Step your right foot, come all the way up to standing. And then exhale. This time, hands come in front of you, parallel to the ground. This is more of a Bikram style chair. Keeping your butt over your heels. Lower, 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 lower. And roll all the way down onto your back. Big good morning stretch. Left knee points at the sky. Right hand points to the sky. This time make a fist with your left hand. This will make sense later, but make a fist. Activate that arm. Keep it active. Your right hand is alongside your body. Press into your right forearm. Press into your right hand. Lift your hips up. Your right knee sweeps underneath your body. Press off your right hand, come to kneeling high. Tuck your toe if it's not already. Step all the way up to standing. Still squeezing that left fist. Step your right foot back onto your knee. Slide your right hand down your thigh. Pick up your right foot, step it, land on the pinky edge of your right foot. Left foot steps on top, side plank, breath in. Breath out, left toes plant behind. Lower your butt to the ground. Forearm to the ground. All the way to your back. Inhale, good morning stretch. And all the way up to high boat. And then low boat, breath in. Breath out, release. Plant your right foot, right knee is pointing up at the sky, and sit all the way up. Left hand plants even with your right foot. Press into that left hand. Pick your left foot up, step behind. Right arm comes up, crescent twist, breath in. Breath out, let your right fingertips drop behind you. Then point at the ground. And use that momentum to lift your chest all the way up, high crescent. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Move through your vinyasa all the way to downward facing dog. Other side, left leg goes high. Knee to nose. Left shin drops down. Lift your chest up. Shin crescent, breath in. Maybe this time you don't use your fingertips as your right foot steps next to your left knee. Come all the way up to standing. Hands are parallel to the earth, palms facing down. Press your knees forward. Forward, forward, forward. And all the way down, roll onto your back. Big good morning stretch. Right fist to the sky. Right knee to the sky. Left arm next to your body. Press into your forearm. Press to your left palm. Pinky edge of left foot, press your hips high. Left knee steps back. You're in a kneeling position. Press all the way to high kneeling. Tuck your toe. Step together. Left foot steps back, knee drops. Slide that left hand down, plant it next to your left knee. Kick your left leg forward, pinky edge of left foot, right foot stacks on top of left. Breath in. Breath out, right foot steps behind. Lower to your butt. Then your forearm all the way onto your back. Good morning stretch, big and tall. And come to high boat. And low boat. And good morning stretch. Step your left foot down. Sit all the way up. Right foot plants even with your left, right hand plants even with your left foot. Press into that right hand, right foot steps behind. Crescent twist, breath in. And your left fingertips sweep behind you. Sweep to the ground. And let your chest lift all the way up. Breath in. Breath out, plant your hands. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. And inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Look to your hands. Tiptoe, step, walk, hop all the way up to meet your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale everything up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Make your way through your vinyasa or just step back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg as you inhale. Exhale, knee to nose in high plank. Set your right shin down. Inhale, your chest comes up. Shin crescent, breath in. Breath out, step your left foot next to your right knee. Maybe stay on your toes, this is tricky. And can you step your right foot next to your left on your toes? And your hands come down to flat. Start to lower your butt to your heels. All the way down, rolling onto your back. Big good morning stretch. Left fist at the ceiling, left knee at the ceiling. Right hand alongside your body. Press to your forearm. Press to your hand. Hips go high, pinky edge of right foot. Pick up your right knee, step it behind you. Lift your fist all the way up, kneeling high. Press to stand. This time though, maybe, can you bring your knee up to a right angle? Now step your right foot back behind you, let that knee drop. Right hand slides down your leg. Pick up your right foot, pinky edge of right foot. Left foot stacks on top, high plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, left toe steps behind. Drop your butt. Drop to your forearm. Drop to your back. Good morning stretch. Press all the way up to high boat. And then low boat. And then release. Plant your right foot, right knee points at the sky, and bring yourself all the way up to seated. Left hand plants even with right foot. Press into that left hand, left foot swings behind you. Right arm reaches up. In this low twist, right fingertips to the back of the room. Right fingertips to the floor. Right fingertips sweep around crescent. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank, move through your vinyasa, come all the way to down dog. One last side. Inhale your left leg high, knee to nose. Set your left shin down. Inhale your chest up to this knee crescent, shin crescent. Step your right foot next to your left knee. Maybe you stay on your toes. Press all the way up, left toes meet the right. Hands come flat. Drop your butt down slowly, slowly, slowly. All the way onto your back. Good morning stretch. Right knee points at the sky. Right fist points at the sky. Left hand alongside your body. Press into your left forearm. Press into your left hand. Press your hips high. Your left knee steps back. Lift your right fist, come all the way to kneeling high. Step all the way up. Maybe bring your left knee to the 90. Your left knee reaches back. Toes meet, steps right back down. Left hand slides down your thigh. Plant your hand. Left foot kicks through, pinky edge of left foot. Right foot stacks on top. Breath in. Right toe step behind. Lower to your butt. Lower to your forearm. Lower to your back. Good morning stretch. High boat. Low boat. And release. Left foot steps to the earth. And sit all the way up. Right hand plants even with the left foot. Shift your weight into the right hand. Right foot steps back. Low twist, left arm reaches up. Left fingertips back of the room. Left fingertips to the floor. Left fingertips to the front of the room. Lift your chest into crescent. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Come all the way to downward facing dog. Breath in. And breath out. One little last bit of work here before we rest. Shift forward to your high plank. Drop your right forearm to the mat. Come to the pinky edge of your right foot. Left arm reaches up. Let's make that fist again. This will make sense later, I promise. There's a reason for it. And press your hips high. Check your left hip. Is it tilting back? Is it tilting forward? One more breath in, breath out. Make your number 11 arms. Just set your left forearm right down on your mat. Rotate to the pinky edge of your left foot. Right fist to the sky. Breath in and breath out. Rotate back down. Plant both forearms. Come to your forearm plank. We're just going to hold it here for a few breaths. Last breath in and breath out. Drop your knees down to your mat. Come into child's pose. Find a position that feels restful, whatever that is for you. You can be child's pose, flat on your belly, flat on your back. You choose. Remember as you rest that area of discomfort, the uneasiness, that's where the growth happens. So even if it feels unpleasant, invite yourself to welcome that uneasiness and that discomfort. Start to wake up your body, wiggling a little bit. Wherever you found your rest, come to tabletop. We'll get things going again with just a few cat-cows. Move through those on your own breath, inhaling as you drop your belly, lift your chin open across your chest. And exhaling as you contract and round. Tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. Do a quick check here and see maybe how do things feel different now compared to how they did at the beginning of class. Step your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Find that deep forward fold again. Maybe those fingertips interlace at the nape of your neck, or you can grab opposite elbows. Let your fingertips drop, roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. And come to standing at the top of our mat. We're going to move through a few standing and balancing postures, but they might feel a little different than we've done them in the past because I'm going to add something a little different. So shift the weight into your right foot and send your left fist up to the sky. So your arm is straight and strong. Can't see my fist. Your arm is straight and strong. You've got a fist. Your knuckles are pointing up at the sky. You're just keeping that left arm engaged the entire time. Shifting the weight into your right foot, pick up your left foot to the 90. Now, with your left fist up in the air, it makes my right arm feel a little awkward. So if you want to, you can have it at heart center in half prayer, or you can place your right hand on your waist, just on your hip, whatever makes you feel better. Or you can have it as a fist pointing down at the earth the opposite direction. You decide. Take your left ankle, place it above your right knee, and find a little bit of a figure 4 squat here. Keeping that left bicep next to your left ear. Take a breath in and a breath out. Press all the way back up to standing. Bring your left knee with you. Now we're going to move into half moon pose from here. The goal here is to keep your left knuckles pointed at the ceiling the whole time. So start to open up your hips, kicking your left foot behind you. Your right fingertips are reaching down to the earth, to the ground. Your left knuckles continue pointing up at the sky. Moving into half moon, of course, use a block if that helps. Breath in and breath out. Start to come back to standing. Bring your left knee with you. Keep your left knuckles pointed up at the ceiling. Left knuckles pointed at the ceiling. Draw your left knee back into your chest. Your right hand grabs the outside of your left knee. Twist over to the left, keeping your left knuckles pointed up at the ceiling. Breath in. Last pose, we're moving into tree. So start to twist back to center. And you can take that foot and use your right hand to bring it high on your thigh, or keep it low on your calf or kickstand. Again, you've got that floating right hand. Bring it to your hip or to half prayer. Breath in And breath out. Last breath in. And breath out, release. Do you feel that in your left arm? Doing nothing but making a fist up to the sky. Okay, we'll do the other side. Shift your weight into your left foot. Your right fist pointing up at the sky. Knuckles pointing up at the ceiling. Goal here is to keep your knuckles towards the ceiling the whole time. So we'll start by bringing our right knee up into our chest. You decide what you want to do with the left arm. Right ankle comes just above the left knee, coming into this figure 4 squat. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath in and out. Press high, bring that right knee back to your chest. Moving into half moon pose. Again, goal here, keep your right knuckles pointed up at the sky. So start to bring that right leg behind you. Open up your hips. Drop your left shoulder down to the earth. Your right knuckles stay pointing up. Moving into half moon. Breath in, breath out. Knuckles stay toward the ceiling, stay toward the ceiling, stay toward the ceiling. Draw your knee back into your chest, back into your chest. Coming up to kneeling, left hand grabs the outside of your right knee, twist over to your right. This is a trickier way to twist because we don't have our right hand to counterbalance in this position. Draw your chest back to center, release your left hand, and choose a version of tree. Breath in and breath out. Release everything, shake it out. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our fun part, our silly part. If you have a block, grab it and keep it handy. If you don't have a block, grab a paperback book. Nothing with sharp corners. I'm sure you're saying, what the heck are we doing? Paperback book, okay? Or a block. Keep it alongside your body. Come all the way onto our back. We're gonna move through that Turkish get-up a couple times, but we're not gonna go through the whole sequence. We're gonna just do the Turkish get-up, right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left side. But we'll use this for something fun. Okay, so come all the way onto our back. I'll walk you through it again. Start in this good morning stretch. Left foot plants, left fist reaches up. Got it? Right hand is alongside your body at a little bit of an angle. It's not right next to your body. Press to your right elbow. Press to your right hand. Lift your hips up. Right knee steps under you. Press to kneeling high. Tuck your toe. Right foot steps next to left. Right foot steps back. Right knee comes down. Slide the right hand down your knee. Kick your right foot out. Side plank. Right foot, left foot stacks on top. Breath in. Breath out. Left foot behind. Drop your butt down to the ground. Drop your forearm down to the ground. All the way onto your back. Switch sides. Right knee points up at the sky. Right fist points up at the sky. Left hand is alongside your body. Press into your left forearm. Press into your left hand. Lift your hips high. Left foot steps behind. Press up to high kneeling. Tuck your toes. Step left foot next to right. Going right back down. Left foot steps back, drop your left knee. Slide your left hand down, plant it. Left foot kicks out, pinky edge of your left foot. Right foot steps on top of left. Step your toes behind. Drop down to your butt. Drop down to your forearm. Drop down to your back. Hands down. Okay, grab your block or your book. We're moving back to the right side. This time, flat hand. Your block or your book goes on top. What we're gonna do, we're gonna try and move through our entire Turkish get-up, but your left hand has to be pressing into this block towards the ceiling the whole time, and you might drop it, and that's okay. That's why it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be different, and once you figure it out, It's a fun party trick. Okay, are we ready? So, left knee at the ceiling, left hand, block or book at the ceiling. And if you hate this, you don't have to do the block or book. I'll never know. Press into your right forearm. Press into your right hand. Lift your hips up. Pick up your right knee, walk it behind you. Press your left hand to the sky, kneeling high. Tuck your toes, step high. Step back, right knee comes down. Right hand slides down, plants. Right foot kicks out. Left foot on top of right. Side plank. Left toe step behind. Drop down to your butt. Drop down to your forearm. Drop down to your back. And switch. Right hand now holds the block. Right knee points up. Left hand alongside your body, left side. Press to your left forearm. Press to your left hand. Pinky edge of your left foot. Step your left knee back. Press the block to the sky, kneeling high. Step your left foot next to your right. Step your left foot right back, drop your knee. Slide your left hand down. Left foot kicks out, pinky edge. Right foot stacks on top of left side plank with the block. Step your right toes behind. Lower to your butt. Lower to your elbow. Lower to your back. Okay, here we go, last time through. You ready for the challenge? Got to go to that fist. Place the block on top. I'm going to warn you now. I have done it successfully on my fist once in all my practicing. So if I drop this, now you can see why I didn't want you to choose a hardback book with sharp corners. If I drop this, you can't laugh at me. But I will also tell you the thing I've noticed most about myself doing it on my fists, I start to bend this arm to sort of lower the block. So the challenge here, look, it's already wobbling. The challenge here is to keep that arm fully extended. Okay, so are we ready? I will not know if you drop it. You will know if I drop it, so you have the upper hand. Press to your right elbow. Press to your right hand. Lift your hips high. Left, right knee steps back and under. Press your left hand to the ceiling. Tuck your toes. Step all the way up to standing. Right foot steps back, knee lowers down. Slide your hand all the way down to the floor. Right foot kicks out, pinky edge. Left foot stacks on top of right side plank. Left toe step behind. Lower to your butt. Lower to your forearm. Lower to your back. That was a close call. I almost dropped it. Okay, switch sides. Last time through. Okay. Right arm is up. Right knee is up. Left arm is just out from your body. Here we go. Press to your forearm. Press to your hand. Press your hips high. Pull your left knee under. Right hand presses to the sky. Step your left foot next to your right. Your left foot steps back, drop your left knee. Slide your left hand down. Your left foot kicks through, pinky edge. Right foot stacks on top of left. I can barely do this. Woo. Right foot steps behind left knee. Lower to your butt. Lower to your forearm. Lower all the way to your back. And release. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I had a great time planning it. Come all the way to your back to rest. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. If you want to try that and you have a hard time remembering the steps, Google Turkish Get-Up. The version we did tonight is a little bit different because I added a side plank, but you get the idea. Step your feet right next to your bum, hands alongside your body. We're going to move back into bridge, so rotate your pelvis. So your flat of your back is on the ground. Press your hips high, squeeze your glutes together. Here, if you want to stay just like this, you can. If you want to take that block, move into a restorative option. Just set that block right underneath your sacrum. Or you can clasp your hands, roll your shoulder blades under, and continue to press your hips high, pressing from your pinky all the way up to your shoulder blades. You choose which version works for you. Two more breaths here. If you're using a block, slide it out of the way. Roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down onto your back. Let your knees windshield wiper from side to side. And we're going to take a moment and do a hollow hold. The point of a hollow hold is to flatten that lower part of the back against the ground, just like we've done a bunch already today. So roll your pelvis so that the lowest part of your back is flat against the floor. You can't slide your hands under. Lift up your shoulders and head. Keep that back flat. If at any point through these steps you start to find that curve in your back again, stop and back off. So if you can come here and your flat of your back is still there, good. Bring your knees to the 90. If the flat of your back is still flat on the ground, the lower back, then you're good. You can straighten your legs up to the ceiling. From here, you start to lower your legs only to the point that the lower back peels off the floor. If the lower back peels off the floor, then you back off and stop. And hold here. If you can get your feet almost to the ground, your lower back is still on the ground. At that point, you can reach your arms overhead. Breath in and breath out, release. That hollow hold shape is a drill that helps extensively with handstands. So if that interests you, consider looking into hollow hold drills. Replant your feet right back next to your bum. Moving back into another variation of bridge. Again, roll your pelvis, put that flat of your low back flat on the ground. Press your hips up high. This time, if you want to move into the restorative option, go for it. If you don't, leave your arms alongside your body. Draw your right knee into your chest. Now lower, tap your low back, that flat spot we've created, and press back up. Lower down, tap, press back up. Squeeze your left glute the whole time. Press back up. 3 more. Lower and press, and lower and press. How many more do we have? 2 more? 1 more? Lower and press. 1 more just for fun. Lower and press. Don't release. Drop your right foot. Press your hips. Bring your left knee into your chest. Lower, tap, press up. Lower, press up. Lower, press up. 2 more. Lower, press up. Lower, press up. 1 more just for fun. Squeeze your right glute as you press. Left foot steps next to right. If you have the block, move it out of the way. Lower your belly all the way down to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And we'll do 1 more hollow hold. Again, rotate that pelvis under, lower back flattens to the ground. Lift your shoulders and head. Bring your knees to the 90. Arms reach alongside. Pay close attention to that back. Straighten your legs, start to lower them only to the point that your back starts to lift up off the ground. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. Last breath in and release, lower all the way down. Plant your feet, give your legs a little wiggle, a little windshield wiper. We're gonna move into frog. So if you need a little bit of cushioning on your knees, get yourself set up. I like to place the blanket really wide so my knees are on my blanket. Now the situation with frog, start to walk your knees out nice and wide. Your ankles have to stay directly in line with your knees. They're not sticking out. See how my ankles are not under my knees? They're not reaching in. See again, ankles not under your knees. Ankles just in line with your knees. And your hips stay in line with your knees. You can't be forward, hips not in line with knees. You can't be back. This is not wide child's pose. Hips and knees. Everything's 90-degree angles. And as you rest here, I can come down onto my forearms. You can stay up onto your hands. If you have a block handy, you can place it under your chest or under your belly. If you have a bolster or a pillow, you can also use that. And we're gonna stay here for about 2 minutes. Take a glance back, make sure your ankles are under your knees. The longer you stay in frog, the more your muscles will relax, the more your hips will relax, the more you'll feel it. You might get to the point where you can go a little bit lower. Remove the block if you're resting on a block. I'll be quiet here. We've got about another 90 seconds. Gently start to lift yourself out of it, however works for you. You can roll off onto one side or lift yourself right up through center or walk your hands forward. You decide. Once you get out of your frog, come all the way back down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest, your legs together. Take a breath in. Drop your knees over to the left. Gaze over to the right. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Wiggle out your spine, get recentered. And drop your knees over to the right. Gaze over to the left. Bring those knees back to center. Last posture of the day, happy baby. Bring your knees down alongside your rib cage, towards your armpits. You can grab your big toes or your feet or the backs of your thighs. Maybe straighten one leg and the other. Last breath in. And as you exhale, set up in Shavasana. Let your legs fall wide, toes fall away from one another, and your arms alongside your body. Settle here, let your mind rest for a few minutes. I'll call your attention to finish class. Gently wake up your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll onto your favorite side in the fetal position, letting yourself feel supported. Feel the floor beneath you. Cradle your head in your arm. Do not fast forward into something you're not ready for, or allow yourself to shrink back into what's comfortable. Growth lives in the uneasiness, the in-between, the unfinished sentence. You are a season of becoming. Gently press yourself all the way up to seated. Keep your eyes closed or maybe almost closed. From seated, draw your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart, feeling your heartbeat, your own unique spirit. Take a breath in. Cleansing exhale. The light in me honors and sees the light in each one of you. Namaste.